Hello all, we're going to look at how to edit the ADR now. So I'm just in Adobe Audition at the minute. So first thing you want to be doing is importing your ADR file. I've done one for the Harry Potter clip. So that's the ADR. I'm just going to open that, import into there. So I'll play it for you now.
She needs to sort out her priorities.
Okay, so straight off the bat, there's a little clicking noise here that I want to get rid of. So I'm going to select all that and just press delete. And I'm going to do the same back here as well. Okay, so it's going to be a bit more crisp and it gets rid of everything I don't need in there.
She needs to sort out her priorities.
Okay, so that's step one. And the next thing you want to do straight away is select all, go into favorites and normalize to -0.1 dB. And what that'll do, I'll play it for you again.
She needs to sort out her priorities.
You can tell that there's definitely a lot more clarity in there from doing that. So that's something you want to do with your ADR sound straight away. Okay, for the next step, we're going to get the video in here so you can edit side by side. It will make your life a lot easier when you're doing ADR tweaking in Audition. So you want to be on the default bit, just at the tabs up here. And then you're going to want to import the Harry Potter clip, the specific clip that you'll be using. And then open it up and it'll pop into your files bit. And then you want to click File, New Multitrack Session. Just click OK on that. And then if you carry the video into the multitrack session, you'll see if you click on Edit Audio to Video that the video will pop up here. And then you can just get rid of the audio from that clip so it just reads as the visual track. So that's going to make it a lot easier for you to match your dialogue up and get a sense of the atmosphere for the room. And then if you go back to default, and then there's your audio that you've just edited. So if you carry that over and drop it under the track that you've just deleted, and because mine's just for the Ron speech, that's what I've done. I'm going to drop it there, and then go back to edit audio to video.
She needs to sort out her priorities.
And it'll make your life a lot easier. So that's the next thing you want to be doing. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at is how to make the sound match the location that the character is stood in. So if I play this one more time.
She needs to sort out her priorities.
But what I'm not feeling right now is that it doesn't match where they are in the location. So they're in some kind of corridor or hallway that's quite medium spaced. So we need to try and get that sounding like it belongs here, okay? So what we want to do then is go into Effects, go into Reverb and Studio Reverb. And what this will do is add sort of an echo, a reverb echo, onto your sound so it sounds like it belongs in a room. Okay, and here, these are the kind of the only two you need to worry about. Not so much decay, but more room size. I'm just going to add in here what room size and decay actually refer to. So the room size is basically what it says on the tin. It's the reverb's main purpose, which emulates how the sound reflects in real spaces. So, you know, the smaller the room size is on this reverb setting, the smaller the room that the characters will be in, for example. And the decay is basically the tail of the reverb and how long it lasts. So if you have less of a decay, then you'll have less of a tail on the reverb, so it won't go on as long. The echo will be short-lived if you have a lower decay. So you kind of want it in the middle, so you get more of an echo, so it seems like you're in a room more, basically. It's quite automatic, I guess, but this is probably the easiest way of manually setting it, the reverb. Okay, so what I usually tend to find works, and especially when you're looking at this clip, the room isn't too big. So I will knock it down to 25.9 to start with. I'm going to put the decay slightly up, but don't worry about that too much. And if I play that now, you'll be able to tell the difference from when we did this before.
She needs to sort out her priorities.
So there we go. You can tell it's in a room now. There's a slight bit of echo, but not too much. I would even be tempted to knock it down to 24.4, I think. Let's give that a try.
She needs to sort out her priorities.
Yeah, that's good enough for me, I think. For the bits below it, I don't think you need to worry about that right now. It could be something we go into further down the line when we go into a bit more reverb stuff, potentially in the soundtrack lessons. But yeah, the only things you need to be worrying about right now are the room size and the decay. And what I should mention here actually is that your sound may sound different to mine. Obviously, it's my settings could be completely different to the ADR that you recorded in lesson. So I would say that have a little play around with these settings and just see what your ear tells you. If it sounds right to you, or if it doesn't, then your audio might want a 40 on the room size. It's all about the trial and error of it really, and kind of listening to it and seeing what works and what doesn't work. So yeah, that's an important thing to note. Okay, so I'm going to export it now so we can drop it into Premiere Pro. File, export, multi-track mix down, selected clips. Just make sure you've selected your clip in your multi-track session, but if you've been working on it, then it should already be selected. So we can go through that, and I'm going to name it ADR for Prem Pro. And I save it as a MP3, which is an audio file, because you can drop that into Premiere Pro really easy. So if you press OK on that, and then we'll move over to Premiere Pro. Okay, so once you've started a new project on Premiere Pro, you're going to want to import your footage. So I've got my ADR for Prem Pro that we just saved on Audition, and the video clip visual track. So I'm going to import those, and I'm just going to drop the video straight into the sequence and then mute the audio track. And then I'm going to drop my lovely edited footage from Audition in, and we're going to zoom in. And this next bit is kind of, you guys will be doing the whole clip, so I'm just going to show you an example of matching up with Ron. If you zoom right in and look at the lips, so when does he start saying it? About there, I think. So move it there, does that sound okay?
She needs to sort out her priorities.
Perfect. And yeah, that's kind of it really. That's the basics of what you need to do in Premiere. So once you've edited your audio on Audition, just drop it into Premiere and do the edit. So for the final step, I'm going to just drop an Atmos in there. You guys should have it too. For the sakes of this task, I've just made you guys one that kind of sounds like a where they are, kind of like a bit of a fire crackling. I'll just get it out now. So if we import and then ADR Atmos, so that's what it'll be called for you guys too. And what the Atmos is going to do is kind of make the dialogues seem further like it fits in there. So if I just drop it in, you'll get a sense of it. So if I play the clip again.
She needs to sort out her priorities.
You can tell that you've added a bit more realism to the scene. You guys, when you're doing a film, you'll have an Atmos that you've made anyway. So this is kind of just I guess a reminder of the importance of Atmos. So if you mute that and play it again,
she needs to sort out.
It's just the dialogue in the background, so it doesn't really sound natural. But then if we play it again with the Atmos,
she needs to sort out her priorities.
Then you've got a realistic scene inside a location. And what the Atmos will also do as well, if your ADR isn't perfect and you've got a bit of crackling in there still and you can't edit it out because it's so specific, the Atmos will kind of cover that up and act as kind of a distraction, I guess. So you've got a blanket to put over your dialogue. So that it's useful for that as well. So the very last step you want to do, once you've edited all your video and it's good, it's all in sync and you're happy with it, then you'll want to export it as a H.264 and put it on YouTube or Vimeo, whatever you want to use, and send it me over. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone's work. Thank you very much.